Bank of England's Breeden says seen tightening in financial conditions. And according to FARS, Iran parliamentary speaker Galabaf says the enemy still hopes for Iran's surrender. Bank of England's Dingra says the UK economy looks too weak for any consumption boom. And Bank of England's Breeden says policy tightened from already restrictive place. Breeden says if it does look like we are moving to prolonged Middle East conflict with pronounced second round effects, we'll need and Breeden says need to be alive to risk of a bigger shock.
You guys can shut up. That's kind of what I see. Hello? 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 Wow, this whole time I've been muted. Isn't that great? Well, anyways. I'd like to be bullish towards
Iran's parliamentary Galabaf says Iran must strengthen readiness for a possible attack.
I'm bullish towards these 4-hour highs. So the market presents me otherwise, but right now we're bullish on every single time frame. Came down, swept out these lows. Looking for bulls. Bull run. There we go.
Trump says fantastic economic numbers yesterday. So Trump currently speaking to the press at JBA, currently speaking to reporters. Bank of England's Bailey says market futures curves seem fairly benign compared to damage to Middle East gas infrastructure. Trump says we'll speak to Taiwan leader. And Trump says we'll work on the Taiwan problem. Bank of England's Bailey says the government is right to keep in mind that the cost of large fiscal measures does come back to you. And Trump doesn't specify when talking with Taiwan would happen. Trump says Netanyahu will do whatever I want him to do. Bank of England's Bailey says fuel tax freeze may be relevant to UK households' inflation expectations.
What's it do?
Trump says good Putin and Xi meeting. Trump on Iran says I'm in no hurry. Trump on Iran says we're going to give this one shot. I'm in no hurry. Bank of England's Bailey says I don't think inflation expectations are de-anchored. Bank of England's Bailey says we see continued gradual reduction in private sector wage settlements. And Trump says Iran is decimated. Trump touts investments in the United States.
We literally got nothing right now. I mean, the market hasn't given us a single thing.
Bank of England's Bailey says surveys benign on pay but need to watch carefully. And that concludes Trump's remarks to reporters.
Okay.
According to sources and data, oil refining in central Russia has been either halted or scaled back in recent days following Ukrainian drone attacks.
We got to see what we do off of.
US chip stocks rise with Nvidia's results due later in the day. So again, seeing US chip stocks rise with Nvidia results due later in the day. Nvidia up 0.7%, Micron Technology rises 3.5%, Intel up 5.1%.
Please don't take out my draw. I'm
Bank of
actually.
England's man says labour market softening is not broad-based.
Not really what I like to see, man. Daily equilibrium. Right there, bro. I mean, if you want to say that we're technically still bullish on the daily,
Bank of England's man says second half inflation key to pay settlements.
we have news that so garbage, bro. Get the extension up. Like it. Had the draw. The setup was. It's not a great setup. It's not a setup that I like.
German bonds extend advance. 10-year yield falls 5 basis points to 3.14%.
Free
Bank
spot
of England's Bailey says
14%.
today's food price inflation was surprisingly benign.
Free spot 14%. Brother.
And Bailey says money supply isn't flagging inflation pressure.
Holy shit. We about to get shorts? Didn't have that in mind, but I mean, if you want to go lower, we can go lower. Free spot 14%. Yo. On a lit. Who am I kidding? We're not gonna get shorts. Really? We're too bullish to go lower on every time frame.
Bailey says it's hard to put good figures on future food prices.
6.5. This break-even point. Come on. Let's go, you.
Bank of England's Deputy Governor Breeden says striking that businesses tell me they are not replacing people who leave. Good for productivity, but bad for entry-level jobs.
Come on, you. Come on, bro. Here we go. Come on, bro. Get us out of here. Nah, love. What are you doing? The matter? Or what? You're not gonna put anything there? Come on, bro. Come on. Let's go, you. Let's go, you. Come on, bro. You're right there. Wait. Oh, come on. You're right there. Don't do this bullshit. Oh, nah.
Bank of England's Bailey says the ONS has achieved a lot to improve labour stats.
Let's go. Banger day.
And Bailey says people are staying in jobs rather than moving.
Banger trade.
Bank of England's Breeden says data is showing slack in the labour market.
I literally don't need to hear you anymore, brother. Banger day, banger day, banger day. Do we let it run? Let it ride? That's the question of the day. Get a nasty reversal, aren't we? Maybe not. Well, anyways. Put this in here. Either way, it's a W day. Alright. Could have, should have taken full profit there, but we're not going to sit here and complain about money being made. 153. That's not enough, though. 153. What is this?
So again, seeing some further weakness in the US dollar, further weakness in WTI crude. So again, oil falls to an intraday low, WTI below $100 a barrel.
What do we do, bro? Do we take another trade? Let's see if we get. This is just a crazy one. Looks like news came out, but what? Oh, that's why. That's the bullshit that we have. So that's very bullish. As soon as I close that.
The US dollar drops against the euro and the yen, erasing earlier gains. The S&P 500 index extend gain to 0.5%. Again, dollar yen down 0.07%. The euro up 0.05%. Sterling up to 0.21%. Treasuries extend advance as WTI crude oil dips below $100 a barrel. So at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we have US weekly EIA crude oil inventories forecast a draw of 2.5 million, prior a draw of 4.306 million, with a range of a draw of 1 million to a draw of 4.217 million. Gasoline inventories forecast a draw of 2.159 million, prior a draw of 4.084 million. Distillate inventories forecast a draw of 1.65 million, prior a build of 0.19 million, and Cushing inventories prior a draw of 1.0702 million.
All right, I mean, we literally have 5 minutes to sort of give us an entry or don't give us an entry. So we'll see if we get anything. But right now, who's that? Up, come up. We'll go for a walk very soon. There you go.
Bank of England's Bailey says there has been a change in seasonality of growth.
Let's see.
Around at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we have EIA crude oil inventories forecast a draw of 2.5 million, prior a draw of 4.306 million. Gasoline inventories forecast a draw of 2.159 million, prior a draw of 4.084 million. Distillate inventories forecast a draw of 1.65 million, prior a build of 0.19 million. And Cushing inventories prior a draw of 1.702 million.
index do we take it on? I feel like we have to do that.
One minute remaining. I'll be leading with EIA crude oil inventories. Ten seconds. A draw of 7.863 million, a draw of 7.863 million as compared to the expected draw 2.5 million. Gasoline inventories, a draw of 1.548 million, a draw of 1.548 million as compared to the expected draw 2.159 million. Distillate inventories, a build of 0.372 million, a build of 0.372 million as compared to the expected draw of 1.65 million, and Cushing inventories, a draw of 1.604 million, a draw of 1.604 million. And we have posted the US EIA weekly petroleum status report on the feed for those interested. Spot gold rises 1%. US crude futures extend losses down 4.1% after EIA storage report. And seeing Brent crude futures extend losses down 4.3%. traders no longer fully price in two Bank of England rate hikes in 2026.
Great price action. Got it. Sit. Day or month. The market waves. Day it just went up, went down, and you make decide trading plan. And I'm not a person to say that I and wins are all agree with you. I think that the market they genuinely Elliot Richard. I don't know if that's a diss. I guess I maybe look at that guy. Holy wick.
According to the EIA, US crude inventories, including SPR, dropped by the most on record.
I think that the gambling and substance.
According to Yonhap, President Xi of China likely to visit North Korea soon. Bank of England's Breeden says I do not want to take the gilt portfolio for monetary policy purposes down to zero.
Okay, why are stops all the way here? Because this is the rest of the account. So I'm hoping that we can go ahead, put our stops
China and
here.
Russia issued joint communique on deepening cooperation.
But yeah, that's just why we have that. The other
And
account,
furthermore, from Yonhap, Xi's visit to North Korea could happen as early as next week.
we do have the stop placement in right there. So is it stupid that I took this trade again? I don't think so, because at the end of the day, when we have that bullish of news that comes out, we're high time frame bullish on the hourly 4 hours. We went ahead, we tapped into this stuff right here, and then we went a long after that. that to me is kind of like, all right, we're due to push towards these highs, and from there, kind of go from there. Now, could the market completely flip? Yes. Do I think it's going to happen? No. I'm confident in this trade. This is a second trade that I was willing to take. Is it pretty risky? Yes, I think it's a bit risky, but without risk, there's no reward. So this was another A plus setup. In my opinion, I mean, literally another A plus setup. 5-minute break of structure over here, 5-minute equilibrium, fair value gap, and a 1-minute break of structure. I mean, unfortunately, it was all the way, or 1-minute inverse fair value gap, which was right here. Entered a little bit late on this account. We actually got quite of a better fill. We got 12.25. So right on this line, we got a better fill on the other account. So as soon as we can push past even these highs, I'm willing to yeah, as soon as we can push past these highs, I'm gonna put stops to break even. I just think that is sort of what I see. Do I think we're gonna get all the way up here today? Probably not, but
ECB rate hike very likely in June as inflation outlook moving towards
we'll see.
adverse scenario, that's
But
according
yeah.
to sources. ECB likely to be non-committal about July, and many ECB policymakers would prefer to wait until September projections to decide if follow-up step is needed. And here, China,
It's
Russia to expand
3.25.
joint military exercises and patrols.
I mean, as soon as we can move past there, I'm willing to put stops at break even for that. But until then, we got to sit with this. We got to let it run. Whatever happens, happens. But again, we're high time frame bullish, right? We have this big, stupid imbalance. I think once we can just continue higher, I mean, we already got the retracement down up right here. So I do think it's pretty clear that we would go higher. But, you know, I'm open to surprises, genuinely. I mean, even right here, I think we got another retracement. Yeah. So another entry point would have been, where is it? Right here. Oh, we'll see if that entry point sticks or if it would have got stopped out here. But now we're getting quite significant moves down. Look, as I said, I am open to surprises. At this point, the market does not surprise me with anything. Yeah. You know, 1-minute break here. Yeah, entry would have been right here. See if that even would have held. So if you wanted to take another setup, but this is the setup that I have so far. The other setup would have been 4.25 right here, stops literally right here. This is the other setup that I see to go long, but from both indexes, this is a long setup here, this is a long setup here. So again, as I said, open to surprises, open to the market to surprise me with literally anything. I'm not surprised at this point, but let's see where this goes. I think this is an A plus setup. Actually mark this out too.
So seeing here, China and Russia to expand cooperation in AI and mining.
$1 divided by.
Trump on Cuba says America will not tolerate a rogue state with hostile foreign military, intelligence, and terror operations just 90 miles from the United States. And Trump on Cuba says we will not rest until people of Cuba once again have freedom. At 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Trump is due to deliver a commencement address to the United States Coast Guard Academy. Bank of England Bailey says mortgage rates rise not out of line with market rates. Seeing here China and Russia to boost cooperation in oil, gas, and coal.
Soon, very soon.
China and Russia to safeguard global energy market stability. Bank of England's Breeden says risks to financial stability material and elevated. So again, Bank of England's Breeden saying risks to financial stability material are elevated. So a reminder in 5 minutes' time, we're expecting Trump to make a commencement address. We do have a video posted in the economic calendar. We'll put one on the feed for those interested. It's not on the feed.
Okay. Delete that. L1 market. What happens? Need TP1 to be hit. We can press sell. Here we go. TP1. Might be a banger day, I can't even lie. 2. Going higher. Oof. Come on.
Treasuries extend advance, sending yields to session lows.
Come on, bro. It's gotta be it. Did it hit? L1. Just the 1. Boom. TP2 hit. We can move our stops here. We are good to go. Take that gladly. Let's see where the market wants to go. I mean, we could fucking rip.
Surely expecting comments from Trump.
There we go. This is much better. Currently like a 300 or 250, $300 day basically. See, honestly, is here just in case we absolutely rip to the moon. By some comment he makes about us making it. I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but I think there's a possibility. Great trading today. I mean, A+ setup. Goes by TP. TP1 hit. TP. TP1 hit. Great trade. A++ setup. Again in our direction. Bullish news came out. No emotion. We don't care about that though, low key. We might be able to just hop off. Yeah, low key, I'm not gonna sit here and wait. I'm ready to hop off. Yeah, you guys kind of know my targets. Am I shooting for the moon? Maybe, but at the same time, if this EP gets hit, we'll take full profit. If not, stops at break even. I mean, we're going to secure money anyways. It's going to be a great day. So I will see you guys. What do we have tomorrow? Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. And I did not record. Damn it.